In political jargon, the term useful idiot is often used to describe an individual that is propagandizing for a cause without comprehending the cause's goals, and is cynically used by cause's leaders. The term was originally used during the Cold War to describe non-communists regarded as susceptible to communist propaganda and manipulation. The term has been attributed to Vladimir Lenin, but this has not been substantiated. Poli-tricks, eh? Feel the burn. Thanks for joining me once again. I'm not one to waste your time or mine on opining on poli-tricks and the political theater that encompasses this facet that touches literally every aspect of our lives. I'll synopsize it simply by stating that those in poli-tricks have a very tight correlation to being involved with big business. What you do see and what you have seen ad nauseum over the decades is individuals in political positions bouncing from a political position or a post into a corporate position. Usually the corporations that are associated with this transition are those that support political parties. I bring this up to you simply today because up here in Canada, we do have a federal election that was called mere weeks ago to be held on the 20th. We have the Liberal Party, which is currently in power. We have the Conservative Party. For my friends to the south, that would be akin to the Conservatives being the Republicans, the Liberals being the Democrats. We also have the NDP, the New Democratic Party. We have a Green Party. Since 2018, the People's Party of Canada has manifested itself under former Conservative Maxime Bernier. Now, the whole concept of this video, Feel the Burn, is the fact that I, in my own humble opinion, believe that this individual is being used to split the vote. You have many different topics on the platforms. Mostly you have the COVID and you have gun ownership. The COVID one encompasses mandatory vaccines and vaccine passports, to which some individuals are saying this and some individuals are saying that. With the firearms issue, the Liberal government has instituted an initiative a couple of years ago where they're pretty much outlawing all types of firearms except for some long rifles. What is happening is you have people in the Conservative Party that are stating a couple of things about this hot button topic, but I'll throw a clip in here of Mr. Bernier and how useful an idiot he is.
The admittedly unvaccinated Maxime Bernier has built a following in the pandemic, his People's Party of Canada campaigning on what he calls COVID freedom.
We are not anti-vaccine, we are not anti-mask, we are for freedom of choice. Freedom of choice.
Drawing in the disenfranchised, the skeptics, people who feel they've lost their voice and their rights in the pandemic. And we should have a choice?
Just freedom of choice going forward.
With this here PPC party, of the People's Party of Canada, well, hey, we have our choice, we have our freedom.
The self-described Mad Max tour is seeing some of the largest crowds of the campaign, an estimated 5,000 at one Manitoba rally. He was arrested here last June for breaking public health laws.
When tyranny becomes law, revolution becomes our duty.
Bernier signs were seen at the rally yesterday when gravel was thrown at Justin Trudeau, and one of his own candidates tweeted and deleted this about the Liberal leader. He deserves a much worse fate. I'm thinking Mussolini, who was killed by firing squad.
I condemn every kind of violence, and I'm doing that, and I will always do it. But also people have the right to express themselves peacefully. That's the most important.
Bernier himself was egged on the campaign trail last week. His party has promised to repeal vaccine mandates and lockdowns, and Bernier says they also support tax cuts, pipelines, and veterans.
We just want to unite everybody under the freedom umbrella, and we want to live our life like we did before COVID-19.
Bernier is also going after the Conservative leader, comparing Aaron O'Toole to Trudeau on everything from the economy to the pandemic.
So he represents something completely different. It's like the fringe wing of the Conservative Party has created its own party.
And one more rally in Manitoba before Bernier leaves to continue campaigning in the East. A party leader without a seat, he'll be trying to win back the Quebec riding he lost in the last election.
In the past, he's held a number of posts in government, as well as being involved in the banking industry. I'm still trying to do the research on it, but I'm trying to find out at some point in the past, has Mr. Bernier been a guest at the Bilderberg conferences that are held each year? I don't trust what's going on. I never have trusted what's going on with the government. The obfuscation, it's a parameter that's been set up so that you think that you have a choice over here or over here. Yet these things are part of the same thing. And what it does is it causes division. It allows you to identify what a platform that may speak of things and ideologies that are familiar with you or agree with you. It's much like sports teams. Political theater is what it is. So when Canadians go to the polls on the 20th and they vote for a new Prime Minister, you're going to see that the Liberals are going to get in with a minority government because the Conservatives, their vote will have been split by the efforts of Mr. Maxime Bernier and the People's Party of Canada.